Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. It's Brianna Ray from BriIY here to bring you my first ever body painting attempt. So I'm not going to do a full body paint today because I don't think I have enough paint to do a whole body anything, but I am going to take my wedding ring off for the first time and all of my rings off because I saw a pretty simple design. And I wanted to see how easy it is to recreate at home, or if it's even possible to recreate it at home. And it's kind of one of those like illusion pieces where you kind of like draw in a bunch of black and then have it against a black background, and it looks like your fingers are kind of like falling apart and like in like connected by strings almost, and there's like chunks missing is the only thing I can say. It doesn't look super gruesome by any stretch of the imagination. That's not really my vibe at all, so don't worry about that if that's something you're concerned about. It's just more of a like almost like a marionette kind of look, and I did kind of just want to test it out because I thought it would be fun. Plus, it allows me to keep a lot of my skin kind of clear. I am going to have to put a lot of black on here, which I'm a little bit nervous about, but I think it'll be fun anyway. So let me go get my paint kit. Look at this tiny little kit from Amazon, just 12 colors, super small, but I think hopefully enough to kind of get me started, I suppose. I do have this like body paint. I've already swatched all the colors just for my sake, but I did not only want to do this, but I wanted to do another video where I maybe did face painting for the first time, but let me tell you, I'm not one for showing my face much on this channel, so I'm kind of afraid to do that personally. So this is kind of going to be my start. You can see I've got black. I'm going to need kind of like a mixture of these like red-ish colors and a little bit of the white to kind of make the string. So this is kind of what I'm going for. I might even use some other brown, honestly. And I need a brush. I don't have a brush. I'm gonna go with this thick flat brush, and I think I'm gonna have like one for details. And I also have this black felt that I'm going to use to kind of be my backdrop, just because I think it is the darkest fabric that I have. So I'm gonna kind of reveal that at the end, and before we go too crazy, I'm just gonna kind of get started by kind of sketching out my lines, probably in white, just so that it's easy to cover up later. I thought this kit was kind of cool because it had some of the metallics in it. I probably won't be touching those today, but I did already swatch these. Some of them take a little bit longer to come off, including the red. The black, I think, came off shockingly easily, and also this like green took a while, but this is like got this teal color, a dark green, blue, yellow, a deep purple, two different reds. I think this is maybe supposed to be the orange, but it doesn't really look super orange to me, so I would probably mix these two to make orange if I wanted that. White, brown, silver, gold, and black. So it's a pretty comprehensive set, all things considered. But I'm gonna kind of start with even just a teeny tiny little brush here and kind of start swiping around in here. Now I've had this actually sitting in my collection for a long time, and it has not yet crapped out on me, so I'm not feeling super anxious about it. I'm more anxious about getting this off my hand later. I'm going around all these, and I'm just gonna kind of make, and I want it to be kind of like rounded off, because the illusion here is that almost like if you were looking down and you could kind of see through that bit. So this would eventually become a little bit of white, and it would be a little bit, or sorry, a little bit of red to kind of look like it's severed, and it's going to be rounded off kind of at the top and the bottom to kind of imitate the look of like the round sausage like finger being kind of chopped up. Okay, so I'm hoping you can kind of see what I'm going for here, a little bit more so. But now I really want to go in with the black and start kind of mapping some things out. I'm a little nervous about taking the white and going over top of the black with the white, but let's just call it a test of how well the paints work, right? So here's what we're gonna do. So I want to keep all my fingers, so then this middle part, this is what's gonna become black, and this is what I'm most nervous about coming off my body later. Alright, so while I was painting, obviously I accidentally had doubled up on the black a little bit over here. This is not quite the look I wanted to go for, but it's not terrible. And it did layer pretty well, actually. I'm surprised that it didn't like just totally blend with the white. And as I'm over here putting this red on top of the white here, oops, my dog's gonna bark. Ah! Okay, so now again I'm going over with the darker red over the white, and it is layering pretty nicely. Arguably maybe a touch pinker than I would have originally imagined, but I'm kind of okay with that. I think I'm just now realizing I don't need the white on top. Yeah, I need to cover that up. So like these guys covered. Because that's not the one I needed to cover. I need to cover the bottom one. No, wait. Right, there we go. So I'm going to take that same brush that I had my red on. I'm actually going to swirl it a little bit in the brown. Kind of edge it up a little bit so that there's like a nice darkness a bit around the edges. Alright, so I got that shadow in there, and now I'm actually going to go back in with my white and recreate that top line as like a highlight. Well, anyway, now I wanted to kind of add in some strings. So again, I kind of want to go in with the white to do that. And you know, might as well, she's already dirty. And pink. So I'm gonna come in from this side here and through the black create this like string, and ideally it would be a string that you can actually see. Might be a little bit of layering required, but that's what I'm doing, is stretching it up. And actually I'm probably gonna have to go through the red a little bit so it looks like this is more of a three-dimensional thing, and it kind of goes in there. And I might add a bit of a shadow to make it look like it's going in more so. Alright, just going in with a little bit of black over top where these strings kind of fall in. I'm not really sure. I don't know if this looks anything close to what I was hoping it would look like. But you know, just kind of tidying things up now, kind of re-adding the black. The fun part of this is doing it with only one hand. Oh, there we go. Got it. And pop it up like this. And let's see if I can just zoom in so all we have is the black. And I kind of want to take, I don't know how to take the shine out of it. That's the problem. Maybe I just need to turn off my ringlets. Oop, nope. Here we go. Oh, you know what? The fingers look kind of good. Okay, I'm feeling a lot better about this actually. I'm gonna try two things. First, I want to add in like just a little bit of brown down around these edges so that it doesn't look like the fingers just go straight to black. Like that a little bit. To kind of add the edge to the natural skin tone a bit. Shadows really. Like that a little bit. Should have been a little crisper than that, but like that maybe. I don't know what I was expecting, and I'm sure those of you who've done like this kind of stuff before are probably like, girl, what are you doing? That's like the worst possible idea I think you've ever had. And you're probably right. I'm just like awkwardly getting stuck in this cycle of, okay, now fix this, now fix that. And I think that's kind of the folly of trying something new or starting something new. Is it's like, okay, well, I know I can do better than this, or in my head it looks different, it looks better. But you know, that's kind of the fun of trying something new, is sometimes it doesn't go right. The illusion's kind of there, like, in a way. It's not perfect at all, but I do think I kind of did what I set out to do, and with all that, I think that's kind of where this video is going to come to an end, really. So yeah, with all of that said, I wanted to thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, feel free to like and subscribe. I do put out new videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time. They're not always this bad, sometimes they're actually pretty good, but I don't know, this was still fun regardless, and I hope you had fun, and hopefully I'll see you next time. See ya! This is a quick update after washing everything off. You can still see a fair bit of it, I think, like some of the ghosting of it. But all things considered, I think it came off pretty okay. It's grease, it doesn't dry down, so washing it off with water even, it just kind of like dripped a lot of gray everywhere. It wasn't a terrible look, but you know, scrubbing it a little bit with my like paper towels and stuff afterwards, and like a dark colored towel, really helped. So in case you ever have a paint like that, it's definitely just a grease.